All right, hey, we're out at Camp Rilea, and we have a resident expert here, and he's going to talk a little bit about some of the stuff that you see around you. So go ahead.
Yeah, this whole area was created for what this is called Checkpoint Charlie. When you go overseas and you have your points, your control points, you've got to do a serpentine, and that's what these are. These things that look like giant flower pots are actually simulated Jersey barriers to direct the traffic. But you have certain areas like this one that Mark is in front of here. It's the personnel holding area. It's called a PHA. While you're searching the vehicle, you actually put the personnel in a guarded area here with triple-tiered concertina.
Why don't you walk down there and kind of point out, that way we can get a close look at it.
Well, this is the PHAs are really pretty simple. Personnel holding area. That's why you've got, PEHA.
Oh, okay.
PHA, personnel holding area. And they're just under guard at the whole time when you've got your personnel here. Their vehicles are going to be behind and they're going to be searched. That way they can't make a mad dash through the vehicles and try to blow them up.
We got triple tier concertina wire out there too, right? Two on the bottom, one on top.
Yeah.
So for those that don't know, that's the roll of this nasty stuff. Roll on the bottom.
Yeah, it's a very typical pattern right there.
Yeah.
So another one that was really important for the missions like in Kuwait were being able to deal with the media, because you don't want just a soldier talking to the media, because they're going to get the information that you don't want out there. It just causes a lot of trouble. So what they would do is they would actually hire people for the weekend or for the week to be an unruly crowd, and you would have somebody that has a phony microphone, and they would obviously be your media personnel, and you would direct them into this protected area, which is called the media area.
So that's what we got right up here.
Yeah, this is this
whole structure here is just all sandbag and timber, right?
Yeah, but you want to, you're going to bring a civilian into a controlled area. You want them protected.
Right.
But
especially your media folk, right?
Yeah, this is all obviously gives you a condition of your task, your participation in an interview, and you may think that it would be easy, but trust me, I've done this many times, and it's very stressful. You never know what's going on. You got to treat it serious.
Yeah.
And hopefully, a lot of times they don't want to come in here, and I don't blame them. But the idea is to separate the media from that unruly crowd in a controlled environment, and that's what this simulates. It simulates a facility to do that.
Here's a good shot of that triple tier concertina. You can really see it. 2 rolls on the bottom and 1 on the top.
Yeah.
It really shows up good in this light here.
And then actually behind you, if you take a look at the mount site, this has been there for many years. This is one of the original training facilities here on Camp Rilea. Mount is military operations other than war, and that's probably the biggest threat right now for the guys in Iraq, is they're driving through villages, and this is the threat that you're up against. There's no definable front anymore. So we practice here a lot. We spent a lot of time assaulting the mount site, from the beach. Yep. Coming in from the lake here. So
you spent a lot of time out here.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time out here.
I wonder if it's too dark in here to get kind of a.
You might be able to get there's some natural light in there.
There's a little bit of light, so we'll walk through here just so you can see the what the square footage looks like. But is this a typical structure that you would build?
Yeah.
Out there in the.
Yeah, you want some place to take the media, and you want to be able to protect them from small arms fire, because if you had if you're interviewing a civilian and they get shot while you're interviewing them, now you're responsible for the death of a civilian, and that'll hold over pretty heavy with the indigenous people in the country that you're in. Oh, you just got 100 people killed.
Oh yeah.
So they'll use that against you.
Oh, I bet.
That's some of the application that they try to do out here. For leaders, especially as an officer, infantry officer, I had to always do those, and I didn't like them because they were tough to deal with. I'd much rather go through a gas chamber than do those again, because they're pretty stressful.
I was just looking at that beam up there.
Yeah, it's pretty well constructed. This
pretty
is
hardy, isn't it?
This was built in 99.
Oh, is that right?
99.
So it's been standing here for a while.
Yeah. Because that's the time period that we were training out here, because we went to Kuwait in 2000.
So is that kind of strange you to come back here and see kind of all the same kind of things that you trained in and around. And
I have a lot of respect for this post.
Yeah, look at this view out here. You can see that lake. Now, what'd you do out there with the...
We never did anything, since we were infantry, we never did anything amphibious. But amphibious training goes out there too. Special forces will actually come in off of rafts from the beach. You know, from the beach. Even SEALs have trained out here. They drop them deep and then they take their rafts, come up through the, through the beach pad here, and they'll go ahead and assault the mount site. And it's pretty intense. You never really know about this place, how much training gets done here.
Oh, I bet.
So yeah, it's a lot of history, a lot of training. This place isn't going to go away anytime soon, and it should.
Yeah, it sure brings back a lot of memories when you think about coming here through the Officers Candidate program. I remember that. A lot of training. I didn't see this when I was here, but this probably came after the fact.
Yeah, this came after the fact, because before that we never had any overseas missions.
Huh. Well, I didn't know if there was anything else right off the fly here, other than probably walk up this way a little bit and look at
That's the match. This is match. That's new. That's where the all over the board.
Is it that double structure of the match?
Yeah, that's a weapons qualification match area now, and it's actually they'll use matches. They'll do a match there, but it's mainly done by the
this is like urban assault training in here, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now I do remember walking through this on land nav.
Yeah.
We actually did our land nav and we cut through here, but like I said, none of this, the sandbag structures was in at that time.
Yeah, a lot of this training before the soldiers go overseas now. One of the you go to Fort Carson, Colorado, with I think it's the 3rd ID now. It used to be 7th ID, but now there's mount sites out there developed just for that purpose, to train them on that urban environment. Because it's very dangerous situations.
Cool.
This is this is pretty old. This is an original site. This was way ahead of its time. The original structures were all wood. And if you look at the street lights, they all light up. Everything lights up.
We can try to walk down. Oh yeah, is it over here? Okay. Well, spend a little more time. We can walk down that way a bit. I guess there really isn't too much to see down here, just a bunch of old brick buildings, but I guess we'll call it good. That's Ron and Mark from Camp Rilea. So hope you enjoyed it, and we're out.